Aloha. Thank you for tuning in to episode number 35. My name is Christina Estrada, partner of Booyah Marketing, where we have deeper connections. Today, welcome back our honored guest, Dan Hahn. Dan has worked hard not to obtain any titles or go by any labels, but the closest thing to describe him as a steward of the land. With the Korean natural farming technique, Dan is life, bringing life back to the land. How are you, Dan?
Doing great. Nice to be here, Christina.
Oh, thank you for being here. Well, last time we talked, we were talking about the fermented plant juice. So, what is the next solution you would like to talk about?
The next solution is the Oriental Herbal Nutrient, OHN, or what we like to call medicine. So, Master Cho says this is the best medicine on the planet. So, this is one that I take every single day, along with the lactis bacillus. Like, it's really good for your digestion and your immune system. And so what's in this one is basically the same technique how we start out with the fermented plant juice. So the material we're using here is garlic, ginger, cinnamon, angelica root, licorice root. And so that's the official OHN that Master Cho came up with.
Hmm.
But I add in turmeric now since it's, so easy to grow here in Hawaii. Um, so it's officially not OHN according to KNF, but it's got a little extra oomph to it with the turmeric. So what you do is just the same technique with the fermented plant juice. You chop it up into little half-inch pieces, quarter-inch pieces type thing. You mix it with equal weight sugar, give it a nice massage, massage all that sugar in. So you're going to see this material start becoming more wet. So it's starting the fermentation process. It's what that's technically called is breaking the osmotic barrier when it starts to get wet like that. So we start with that, put it into the jar, 2/3 full, and let that sit for 4 to 7 days to ferment. Every single one of them. So we have and you want to keep these materials separate. So you have a jar for the ginger, you have a jar for everyone down the line, all those uh, ingredients.
Okay.
So after the fermentation process, now with the medicine, we add vodka to it. So there's going to be that 2/3 of fermentation, and then that 1/3 of empty space, we're going to fill with vodka. And then we're going to stir that into it all the way through, all the way down. And then every single day, we're going to stir that material. So what this is doing is the fermentation process makes it like pre-digested. And then the vodka is going to make this water soluble for the plants. So it's going to be able to soak it up and go through its system. And when we take it, it's going to go straight through our blood system, going straight through your veins, all that nutrition running through everywhere. So you're going to do that, just stirring it every single day for 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, you're going to get like a big bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, and you're going to pour that content, all that liquid, into the bucket. Okay. And then you're going to pour 1/3 of that back in and then add fresh vodka. And then you're going to stir that for 2 weeks. So what this is really doing, this is going to extract all the nutrients from, say, the ginger and all the rest of them too as well. But I'm just saying ginger right now. And so you're going to stir that for 2 weeks, and then you're going to pour that content back into the bucket. So now you have 2 pours of this liquid in the bucket. So now you're going to stir that content, all that liquid up, and then pour that back in 1/3 into the jar where the material is. So this is basically acting like the mother when you're doing the ferments. And
Okay.
then add vodka all the way and fill the jar up. Stir that for 2 weeks. pour that liquid out into the bucket. So now there's 3 pours in the bucket. So these are all combining with different concentrates of the extraction of the ginger, of the cinnamon, of the garlic, and we're keeping these all separate. And so you basically do that 5 times. You're going to have 5 pours. And so with this, you're going to have this nice material that's going to be, there's no shelf life. It's actually going to get better, like fine wine or aged whiskey. As long as you keep these materials separate. But so now you got these 5 complete tinctures, basically. And when you're ready to use them on the land or drink it yourself, now you combine them. So it's one part, and Angelica is the only one that's 2 parts. Okay. So this is going to be a nice concentrate of all these herbs. That's all good for the digestion system. It's good for your immune system, and it's good for the plants. And this is a really good to help the sick plants out there, to help get them back healthy again.
Wow, that's amazing.
Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Because I know it gets a little confusing with the pores and
I think it would be, no, it made sense, but I think it's going to be great when you do a little video and then we can see it.
It's always better to visualize it because it does get confusing just kind of listening to it a little bit. But yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that information. That's a lot of wisdom, and we look forward to the video. So I understand you have a coming up KNF talk. Is that correct? Yeah. So all day, Farmers Union Convention by Kahaluu Beach Park. It's not at the beach park. It's just south of it in the fenced-in area, starting at 9 a.m. October 25th. But you will be talking from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Also, you'll be holding a 2-part workshop on November 15th and the 22nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And so how do people get in contact with you?
By my email, danhahn888@gmail.com, DANHAHN888@gmail.com.
888. I love that. Mahalo nui loa, Dan Hahn, for your time. Any parting words you'd like to say to the viewers?
Yeah, let's get a little inspiration of doing these concentrates, these fermentations, and help the land, but it's also helping yourself as well. Because anytime you get nice high nutrients, the better it is for your immune system and for your health.
Mahalo. I'll put Dan Hahn's information down below in the description box. Please click the subscribe, notification, and thumbs up. If you would also like to donate to the channel, we appreciate it. It helps us build our content. My name is Christina Estrada, partner of Booyah Marketing. A hui ho. Until we meet again. KNF Talk, Farmers Union Convention by Kahaluu Beach Park. It's not at the beach park, it's just south of it in the fenced-in area. October 25th, 2025, starting at 9 a.m. And Dan Hahn will be talking at 3:30 to 5 p.m.